Invertix is a company that is growing. We went from 50 people to 100 people last year. We serve mainly the Intel communities, and by that I mean the Intel communities as well as the defense intelligence communities. We go about finding our candidates mainly through employee referrals, through job fairs like this. This is actually one of our biggest sources of candidates, as well as through networking and events and transition programs and things like that. I think resumes nowadays, the biggest mistake that people make is they put what they've done. That's very clear, but they're not necessarily always putting what they accomplished. So I like to see what are some of the things you accomplished in that job, as well as when you're talking with people about technical skill sets, don't just list the technologies you've worked with, but tell me how you've used them. To basically start out by being very succinct as this is who I am, and then this is what I've done. Don't try to frame your response to what you think our company does to try to make it look like, because we really want to make the right fit. So just be very honest about who you are, what you've done, what you've not done, and what you'd like to do, and I think that's key. For military people looking for their first civilian job, I think the main thing is to reach out to the transition assistance programs at their bases or in their military organizations. Companies like ours and people in our space are utilizing those services to reach out to transitioning military. There's also a lot of great organizations out there, ClearedJobs.Net being one of them, that does seminars for transitioning military. And there's a lot of resources available out there through LinkedIn, a lot of organizations that do webinars and things like that to help them understand how civilian life is going to be different from military life. Not really at this point. It will, as we're starting to branch into more positions down at Fort Belvoir, but we've also seen some things where people were moving to places where we're already doing a lot of recruiting, like up at Fort Meade and places like that. So far we haven't seen a negative impact on that. In fact, may pick up a few spots because of it.